Hi. Wasn't expecting to make a video this soon. My last. Also, this, as you can probably tell, this video is not planned at all. Not planned at all. But I felt like recording something. This is gonna be like a really lazy video. Just chill with me. I've got some frozen chocolate. I've got tea, Lady Grey. Still a little too hot. Sit for a bit. Yeah, and I just got out of the shower, obviously, and do my nail routine. I always start off with some cream. But yeah, I just kind of wanted to sit down and chat. What have I done since the last view? I finished Breath of the Wild. I not 100%, but I at least beat the main storyline and at least the main keys of the game, so that way, because Tears of the Kingdom is coming out next week. I wanted to be ready for that. I don't think they're doing any save data carryover, but who knows? Never know. Next up, I got this like Sally texture tab thing. Whatever. I don't know. I mostly wanted to make this video to talk about my other channel. Just kind of like the growing points, growing pains, good and bad. But I did also want to talk about some of the stuff that I've been doing. I finished Two Towers, 4 stars. It's a classic. It's good. Am I gonna do Turn of the King? Probably not. I think I'm gonna take a little break from Lord of the Rings. Not too big of a break. I do want to finish that just to, you know, get it out of the way, get it off of my Audible list. Right now I'm currently listening to Electric Idol by Katie Roberts as an audiobook. The sex scenes are a little weird. No audiobook, but otherwise the book I think is very good. I normally don't listen to smutty romance books. I normally just read them because I think that like I said, the sexy, smutty, spicy scenes are to be listening to, but so far I like the plot. I'm about halfway through. Let's see here. I actually have it Hoopla, and I'm listening to it on the browser, my back and forth on my phone. 48% of the way through the book. The plot's going by pretty fast. I'm actually quite surprised at how far into the book I am already. It's not a slow-paced book. Chocolate. After I'm done this book, what am I planning on reading? Hold on. I'm pulling up my tracker. After I'm done Electric Idol, which I should be done by tomorrow, if I don't get too distracted by other things. I'm going to be doing The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. I do have that book on my Kindle, but I also did manage to get the artist cuticle cream, right? So you can get strengthening cream. I'm probably gonna just do the Hoopla audiobook because I got it from my last month borrows. Like, I was running out of time to do my April borrows, and I was just like, let me just grab this book, even though I have it already. So I'm probably gonna do the audiobook over just listening to it on my Kindle. I might do a duo, like read along. But that's the next book that I plan on doing after Electric Idol. Let's see, what else did I want to talk about? Like I said, this was not planned whatsoever, so I don't even have like any sort of So if I seem disjointed and all over the place, that's why. This was not planned. This one's like mango scented, but it's just but yeah, I'm still having a lot of fun with my other channel, the tarot channel. I finally got my first negative comments. It's funny, like, to say that with a smile, because, like, they didn't bother me at all. But it's like, yeah, like, one part of my brain was like, yeah, negative comments. I'm finally a real YouTuber now with negative comments and dislikes. But it was just kind of funny. At first, I was, like, always nervous about getting my first negative comment. But in the moment, I was just like, okay, whatever. And it's just funny. I think it's just the nature of tarot. People tend to look at tarot for very much like flat, plain Jane yes no answers. They want answers. When people who are not familiar with tarot start getting into, they want to like get answers from tarot. They, I think, are expecting something very different than what most get. And that and a lot of the times, I think whenever people react negatively to a reading, it's because like the reading, they were just like expecting something different. It's kind of usually, how do I explain this? When people are going through a hard time, like they're down on their dumps and they're just dealing with a lot of negative energy, negative goings on. They want to hear something positive. They don't want to hear anything else negative. But a lot of the times, like, what you put out into the world is what you get back. Because, like, and oftentimes whenever people get, like, readings and it's not what they want to hear, it's what they need to hear, but not what they want to hear. So then they get upset about it, and they would, like, go to another tarot reader hoping for a different answer. Hoping they get the answer that they want. Like, the one that is in particular, like, they were just basically, I don't even think they finished the whole reading on the video that I did, but it was basically about, they were upset about, like, one of the things that I mentioned was, like, conflicts, that the group was of the pick a card reading was going to be dealing with conflict, and they were just like really upset, like, all tarot is about conflict, fuck this, blah blah blah. And I was just like, sorry that you focus so much on the conflict. The overall message of the reading was actually quite positive, that like it was going to get better. Like, this is what you're dealing with right now, this is kind of what you're expecting, but it's going to get better. And I even used like some oracle cards to try to like pinpoint where the negative conflict was coming from. But they clearly just didn't, I don't think they were really listening, or just they only heard what they thought that they were going to hear. But it didn't bother me nearly as much as I was expecting it to be. And I think it's because like I've realized that when it comes to tarot, when people are feeling negative and they go to a reading and they don't hear what they want to hear, like their just initial response is to just lash out. And I just found it really kind of intriguing that someone who was so triggered by the Five of Wands conflict card immediately went to, I'm going to like type something mean and say I didn't like this reading, blah blah blah. So it's just kind of like, Yeah, you don't like the conflict that you're clearly that I'm saying that because you're clearly putting it out. It was just kind of interesting. Oh, that's the thing also. Because I'm doing pick a card readings on my other channel, like a lot of people are going to see these. Like there's 3 piles. And even if like just 2 people, 6 people total, 2 for each deck see it. Those 2 people, like the 2 people that picked pile 1, have very different lives, but they could both get like different messages, like different bits of the reading can resonate with them very differently than the other person that also picked the same pile, and it's so on and so forth. So it's like once you like multiply that by like dozens of people, like certain messages are just not, certain things that I say are just not going to resonate, and that's okay. That's okay. I don't think people quite realize that it's like that's not the point of collective generalized pick a card tarot readings. It's if you want specific questions related to you, you gotta go purchase like a personal reading from a tarot professional. Something I do want to do someday, just not ready for it right now personally. One, because I don't feel like I'm good enough to do it as a tarot reader, because like again, like I started the YouTube channel, the other YouTube channel, as a way to practice my tarot skills and also deepen my intuition. And also I'm just too busy right now. Like I would very much like to do personal tarot readings and charge for them, but I do have a full-time job right now, so I'm trying to like find the balance, even just doing recordings. I recorded 2 videos today for it. And I planned on doing 3, but I only had the energy for 2. So that's another thing, is like right now it's like I'm busy with work. I'm busy trying to be a good wife to my husband. I'm busy trying to spend time with friends and hang out with them. Busy trying to help my husband, like me and my husband, like take care of this house. And then on top of that, my tarot channel, and then all my other hobbies on top of that. So it's like reading and video games and stuff like that, and TV shows. So it's like my life is very, very full right now. I'm still very much enjoying the tarot channel. I'm trying to figure out right now a system of like times where I can, this is the time where I can film, because editing for me is really easy. The editing process is like the easiest bit. It's probably one of the most enjoyable bits for me. It's the setting up the scene, making sure the camera's straight, making sure the sound is okay, making sure like when I get a nice screenshot for the thumbnail, it's making sure like I've planned out what sort of tarot spread I'm going to do, what decks I'm going to use. It's just like all of the planning. The planning honestly is the bit that takes the longest for me. Once I actually sit down and hit the record button, it's like go. But it's like it's getting to that point. Like it's the lead up to the filming for me is very, very draining. So did I even do my cuticle oil? Did I just show this to you and not actually do it? Whatever. I'm gonna do it now. I end up double dipping. Oh well. But yeah, it's the anticipation of filming for me. It's I don't know. It's just like the whole setup, like the setup is just very draining, and trying to make sure everything's perfect visually is very draining. Um I'm already frustrated at my camera. I'm actually using a web camera, like a webcam. It's a camera. It's a Logitech C20. Um, it's not the greatest, as you can probably tell, because it's what I'm also using for this. I have two of one of them is permanently over there in my setup, and then I have this one, but which I also use this one for work. That's like the first thing. Like, if I get monetized on my channel, no, not if, when. When I get monetized, manifest. When I get monetized on that other channel, and I know it's not going to be like instantaneous or very, very much at all, but like once I get like enough revenue, once I get monetized on that other channel, that's my very first investment back into a new camera. I kind of already have my eyes on what kind of camera it's going to be. Yeah, I definitely want that to be my first investment in the channel, is a camera, a decent camera, and then probably a microphone, because right now I'm like, this is definitely like a decent camera, a decent microphone, but it's also this why do I keep saying camera? This microphone is like 7 years old now. It's old. It's like one of the very first editions of the Blue Yeti. I mean, there's definitely better cameras out there. Cameras. Why do I keep saying that? There's definitely better microphones out there than Blue Yeti for like YouTube and stuff like that. So yeah. And even then, so it's like, again, wanting to make content creation, have that be full time and do tarot full time, and that's another thing. I have to make a website and stuff like that. I would need to be making enough money from those things to be making up enough money to basically replace my current job. And that's only after I've done all of the big purchases, like the camera and the microphone and whatever else comes up, you know, maybe filming, editing software. It's like what I'm currently using right now is just a free video editor, and it's doing decently well for what I want. But yeah, kind of really all I wanted to vent and talk about. I'm still enjoying it, but it's definitely a balancing act that I'm trying to deal with now. How are you all doing? That's basically it. Talk about. Don't know when I'm gonna make another one of these, but yeah, nice chill with me, guys.